Kansas kids and their parents can visit the Garage Automotive Museum for free this summer. Simply download the free Sunflower Summer app. The Garage offers over 40,000 square feet of entertainment, fun activities for the entire family, and air conditioning. We have Legos, Hot Wheels, a Pinewood Derby track, Mario Kart, a welding simulator, a driving simulator, and more. Our current exhibit is called Fabulous 50s, sponsored by Next Tech. We are open Thursday through Sunday in downtown Salina. Come and see us for free at the Garage.
Well, good evening, everyone. You're on Salina Post? No, we're on Salina Post.
Yes, indeed.
Welcome, Matt Miller from the Garage. Glad to have you with us. I'm Jerry Henriquez. The, what do they call this? The lead sled? The
Lead Sled Spectacular Sunset Cruise, I think it's the
Sunset
official
Cruise.
name.
That's a mouthful, isn't it?
Yeah.
No, I'd be so excited to bring you this coverage. Now, the reason I have Matt with me is the rumor has it on the streets, you know everything about every car.
I know just a little bit to be dangerous
Okay.
in most ways, yes.
And I know nothing except maybe my era, which would be the 60s. But boy, my understanding is this is the largest car event in the United States, if not the world, according to Jerry Titus.
It is huge. I did not get a final car count when I was at the Quality Inn and Suites this afternoon, but I do know that I spoke with one gentleman that registered earlier this afternoon, and he said that he was number, 1,369.
Oh, my.
So it is not uncommon for them to get 1,500, maybe even 2,000 cars to just descend on Salina over the span of the next 4 days.
That many won't go through this evening, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But tell us a little bit about yourself, but also the Garage, and I call it the Auto Museum so people don't think that it's a garage that fixes transmissions and radiators. It's an actual state-of-the-art museum right in the middle of the United States.
Yes, we're basically smack dab center of America, right at the crossroads of America. We open up in February of 2022. Kind of our claim to fame is that we don't own any of the cars in the museum. Instead, we rotate out 3 to 4 times a year. Anything from muscle cars to service vehicles to all 1950s. By not having any cars that we own, I don't have to maintain anything, which is really pretty easy.
And you do different categories. If I remember right, you do maybe like the 50s era, then you do Corvettes. I mean, talk to us a little bit about all the different, and you change this over.
Yes, so 3 times a year, one half of our museum changes. We've had anything from pre-1945 automobiles to muscle cars. We did an all-trucks exhibit. Currently, we have an all-1950s exhibit, and that's not resto-mart cars, brand new cars dressed in 50s clothing. This is all cars as they appeared off the assembly line. In the South Wing, we feature a lot of what we're going to see today, all of the custom with a K automobiles, chop tops, metallic paint, stuff that people couldn't leave well enough alone.
What's going to be exciting is having you here. I'll let you do most of the explaining, and then I'll bring in the memories. You're young. How old are you?
I'm 27.
And you know all this about these cars? What do? Live and breathe it?
Yeah, just a little bit to be dangerous. I think probably much to the chagrin of my wife. I talk about it every day, just about nonstop.
Well, and we're so lucky. I say this sincerely, to have the Garage here in Salina on I-135 and 70. We're right in the middle of the United States, and people, when they travel through and, stopping in and seeing.
Atlanta, Georgia, it'll actually be 3 years ago just this week.
Okay.
For this job at the museum, and continually, I am pleasantly surprised by just how much appears out of the woodwork. I've said this for years. I don't think that such a museum like this could exist without it being in Salina, Kansas.
Well, and you have a lot of people in this town that's helped support it. Now, when the cars come, we'll visit about the cars just off to our right, and I'll let you jump in and explain the cars, maybe even talk about a paint job or some of the stripes and everything. Here goes our finest police.
I'll have to interject here. This car actually, this was in our service vehicles exhibit. It's fun to see that SPD still cares about the old Crown Vics.
This one right here?
Oh, let's see. This may take a second. Some of these cars have been swapped out. This looks to be early 50s Chevrolet. It looks like a 54 Chevy grill, or no, DeSoto grill teeth's been added in.
Boy, look at
Chop
the stripes
on that.
Now, is that a 53 Chevy that's chopped down?
About 3/4 scale, yeah. I forget this gentleman's name, but if I remember correctly, I think he starts off with refrigerators or something like that. Looks like he's got little bitty on the fender skirt.
Here you go. And boy, these things are in mint shape.
Ford Club Coupe. The one fun thing about Lead Sled is the variety of custom. You'll have some people that dropping it down a little bit is enough for them, and then you'll see some cars that have been completely chopped and modified and trim borrowed from this and engine borrowed from that.
Now this looks like a mom and pop shop wheels with some pretty nice wheels on it.
Yeah, Oldsmobile from the looks of it from that front end. Just enough to make it good and cruisable, comfortable for the occupants.
Now look at the motor on that bad boy. Is that 4 deuces?
Yeah, it looks like a quad single. That car was in the garage last year.
Yeah. Now believe it or not, we enjoy some of the older pickups. That old Chevy, that's almost like what my dad had.
Chevrolet, old Jeeps.
Uh-oh, here it comes.
That is not a stock Corvair anymore.
No.
Looks like someone put an engine in the front instead of the back on that one. Oh, and he did Terminator, so that's what, Ralph Nader reference, unsafe at any speed?
Oh.
I think it's a little unsafe at high speed now, yeah.
Well, it'll be out to the drags. Boy, here comes an old Ford, and that's a convertible. Look at that
convertible
one.
shoebox. That one looks pretty well stock. You'll see a lot of that. KKWA,
Colorado.
all their stuff is 1969 and older. Some of it might be significantly modified. Some of it might just be tastefully done, enough to make it their own.
Look at the paint shop on that. Beautiful.
Is that a
here comes an old
that's a Mercury.
Pontiac.
Looks like a Mercury.
A Mercury?
No,
Okay.
Pontiac Grand Prix, I'm sorry.
Era.
Yeah.
Now this is what you call the street rods.
Yeah. Street rods, rat rods, if you will.
Oh, now this
Afforded
is
all the engine under
this
the paint.
has to be a 56 Chevy, right? Or the GTO. Had a neighbor kid that had one as a kid growing up. That thing, I mean, that has a lot of power into it. Everybody wanted as a kid a Pontiac GTO.
I mean, yeah, that was the fastest thing on wheels at the time if you couldn't get a hold of a Corvette.
That looks like an 8-county car, possibly from Nebraska.
58 Chevrolet by the looks of it.
See, we have people from Grand Island, Hastings, that one.
Yeah.
Man,
We've had
57.
folks at the museum that have driven their stuff clear from the Bay Area and California to be here at the Lead Sled. So this is really just an amalgamation of the best. And they all meet right in the middle.
My wife has a 69 Camaro. Rally Sport. You'll see a lot of Camaros in this parade.
Ooh, Hudson pickup truck. That's just about hen's teeth right there.
Yeah.
Love to see those.
55 Chevy.
Yeah, that looks right. 55 Chevrolet, followed by what looks like a 33 or 4 Chevy Roadster right behind it. Real nice traditional hot rod.
Okay, now here comes the 69. Now this is the SS.
Ooh.
My wife's car was a Rally Sport where the fronts would open and close.
The pop-out headlights.
Yeah. Camaro SS.
Yeah.
Got a lot of money wrapped up in those wheels. There you go.
I think a lot of these look like some of our local, a lot of garage members here. Some of these are pretty recognizable. Got a whole line of Roadsters. Looks like a 32 Highboy, another 32, and if I'm not mistaken, that's a Hemi V8 in that one. Firepower Chrysler V8.
Hey, look at the engine on that. That's not the original engine, I'll guarantee
Not
you that.
quite. A little more than the 60 horse those came with.
That almost looks like something you'd see in a movie, the red one. Now, I don't know for sure, but this one right here, if they used to put corn and wheat in the back of it and take it to the grain elevators.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a far cry from your farm helper there.
Oh, no, that's
the
true.
fun. That's why people love these so much.
Now, here comes your
Chevelles.
Chevelles. I had one of those when I was in the Navy down in the Everglades. Boy, 2 of them.
Yeah. Your everyman cars. That's what people like to see, is the stuff that they grew up around, maybe they wanted when they were kids, and then once they start getting money in a shop, start putting that together. We got another garage member here. I know that guy. Jason Tappendick with his 31 Model A, followed by his better half, Jody, with their new acquirement, their Buick LeSabre.
Now that's what you need to be safe on the road. Here you go, your street rod. Hey, the American flag, it needs to be saluted
Someone's
more
gotta
now
fly
than
it.
ever before. Now this green pickup, believe it or not, looks like the pickup that my dad had on the farm that my brother Myron and I used to race.
Yeah. There's what you call a gasser. Put the front end up high. Got a 3/4 helmet on. Can barely hear myself think. That's how you know it's a good build.
Yeah, the old C10 Chevy.
C10 followed by a K10, K20 even. So there's your
my
four-wheel
gosh,
drive
look,
variant.
Yeah, that was kind of the consistent color back in the 60s. You know, they have a little money wrapped up in these wheels and tires.
I know you got to have a good pair of shoes on. The shoes are what tie the whole outfit together, right?
Left a little rubber.
Yeah, a little
Heard it.
clutch slip there from the sounds of it. My favorite part about looking at all these cars here is you see the creativity. And someone took a look at some car sitting in a pasture and thought to themselves, hey, I've got a really neat idea for this. And that's what really ties this whole fun event together. You will see two of the same car, like this Mercury here. This one's been pretty well left alone. You know, nice, simple, haven't chopped it or shaved it, nothing of the sort.
Kept it pure.
And then you'll have someone that takes something like a 57 Chevy and they got to chop it and make it their own. They're just not
Well,
quite
each
content
one
with
has
stock.
character. Do want to remind you that this is being brought to you by the Garage, the Automotive Museum here in Salina.
Yeah, located on 134 South 4th Street, right in front of the train tracks. You'll see all the massive engine parts at our front door.
Oh, the old Novas. You don't see a lot of those, but now was this the one that was in graffiti? Oh, there goes
Yeah,
Flax.
4th Thunderbird.
Coach Flax.
55 what he just said.
He's
that's the one
going to
everyone
be
wants.
coaching basketball at
Yeah.
Southeast of Saline, rumor has it.
Got another Thunderbird right behind it. What is this, a 60, I think? 59, 60? There we go. Oh, look at this. This one's been tastefully modified. It looks like a 58 Chevrolet.
Yeah, which my grandparents had, but it was a 4-door.
Oh,
Going to church car is what that one was. Now this is your Firebird.
Gen
which you
1
don't-
Firebird. Very
Yeah.
nice. Followed by Oldsmobile convertible. No, Pontiac. I'm mistaken. A Pontiac convertible.
Now think about this. At one time, you get almost 2,000 of these cars out at Oakdale Park tomorrow.
Right now, you can't find a hotel to stay in. You can't make a reservation at most of these restaurants here in town.
Yeah,
But on the bright side, there's something nice to look at when you have to walk out the door and find a McDonald's.
that looks like something you would have seen in Bonnie and Clyde right there.
Yeah, it looks like, what, a 46 or 7 Ford, followed by a very angry Torino.
Yeah, that was that the movie Gran Torino? Or
He had a later one, but yeah, same model.
Now look at that engine. That's unbelievable.
I can
Few
remind myself to say
Mustangs.
something. Can't hear myself think over here.
Oh, that's okay.
Oh. T-bucket here. There's more engine than car on that frame.
I'd be afraid to get on that one. I'd have to have a roll bar myself.
Very nice Corvette. Looks like we got a few pinups in the backseat as well.
Yeah, hey, remember the blonde
Poodle skirts.
in graffiti?
Yes, yeah, she's
that-
here this weekend,
Oh,
isn't she?
that's right.
Yeah.
I think so.
I almost wish they'd go a little bit slower. There's so much to stop and look at.
That's okay.
Oh,
Getting to see a lot of them, but man, here's
looks
look
like
at
it's
this
got a
one.
tractor front end on that. My word.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, someone's singing Dixie. I hear him.
That's what I'm going to get a horn for my camper and pickup. I like that horn.
Oh, yeah. Some of these, I recognize quite a few of these. A lot of these folks are locals with the Thursday Night Cruisers,
Oh
it
my!
seems.
What's this? Oh,
Looks like it was a Chevrolet at some point. It's significantly
1938
modified.
Rat Rod. Now we're starting to see a few of the Mustangs starting to
A
move
few
into
more
the crowd.
recognizable models.
Now
There
look
we
at
go.
this one. This is Pestinger's.
There's
heating.
Tom Pestinger.
Hey, Tom! Hey!
All right, Tom.
I don't know him. Tom Pestinger, major supporter and
Major supporter. He's our board president. All
really has
around.
helped pull all this up.
Yeah,
And a
really
good
great
guy.
point of contact. He's also been the driving force behind the restoration of the gas station at 9th and Bishop. He's
Oh,
been doing
that's
quite a
right.
lot for us.
That's right. Beautiful.
Traditional rat rod here, just
Hey, how you doing? Looking good.
Fantastic. Some more of our little coupes here. Looks like a 31 or 2 Ford, followed by what, a 34 by the looks of it.
Boy, the paint jobs.
A lot of times, so they've been shaved and all this stuff done.
Yeah.
I have a harder time telling, but
the paint jobs on these just amaze me. I mean,
and some of these folks are a lot braver than you and I. I've seen these guys, you know, fresh paint job, fresh build. They will still drive these. I was talking to folks from Grand Island, Nebraska, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. They do not shy away from a good road trip, and that's what's so fun.
And they drive them here.
Yeah. There we go, real tall TT cab. That's good to see. Hillbilly Express. And the American flag. Very nice 40 Ford.
That looked like Kenny's Auto Body that was driving that.
Very possibly,
I think.
I don't know.
I'm not for sure.
That's the thing. A lot of these cars come out of the woodwork. You're like, wait, that guy's been building that all this last year?
Here we go. Camaro,
Another Camaro.
followed by a Chevy Chevelle.
Looks like, what, a 67 Camaro maybe? Followed by, what, a 71 or 2 Chevelle. Lightly modified, if you will.
Nothing like the sound of Hollywood mufflers.
Yeah. I would say if it sounds like the drum solo at Hot for Teacher by Van Halen, that's how you know you built a good engine. Who's Sandrail with
He's cool.
a turbo on that
my brother
buggy.
had a El Camino pickup, not the SS.
Yeah.
That was a sweet pickup that he had.
And is it a car or is it a truck? I'll leave that up to you.
Yeah, I think it's a pickup. I think.
Here's Sean Fisher with, what, a 61 or 2. Nice little street rod there. He's got quite a few nice Corvettes. Good Corvette man. Oh, now this is more up my alley. Very nice, what, 49 to 53 Chevrolet truck.
Kept it almost original. The white walls.
Amber fog light.
3100 Chevy. Here comes, we had a white Impala car like this. Didn't have the Super Sport. I do want to remind you, this video streaming brought to you by The Garage, the Auto Museum right here in Salina.
Well, there's your heavily modified G-Body Malibu. Can never go wrong with a good drag car. You know, stock is well and good. There's a lot of good stock cars out there, but, you know, to see what these people are capable of making out of basically the same bones, meat, and potatoes as some of these cars is really something to behold.
Well, think about this. 2,000 of these cars on some given time periods. You said 1,200 have already been registered?
I know at least 1,364, but I know there's more than that in town.
More coming, yeah.
There'll be some more that come in on Friday, and then those folks that couldn't quite get off work.
They'll be in Oakdale
They'll be
Park.
in on Saturday.
Boy, look at that.
That's very nice. I can't tell if that's a custom deal or if that's a
It was an original
Ute.
car.
It is a Crown. All right.
56
Very nice.
Crown Ford. Oh, look at the
we're on
drop
bags
down.
over here. Look at that.
Up and down. Nothing like a good old cherry red Camaro.
Now we're getting into some of your traditional custom with a K type stuff. Nice paint jobs have been lowered a little bit. We'll see if we can't spot a trim swap or two.
Now look at this pickup coming down the road with the camper on the back.
I even know who this is. That's Mark Sharp. He's got a Volkswagen with us right now. He's from Oklahoma City. And he actually, when he brought his VW up here, he pulled it up here from Oklahoma City with that 59 pickup.
Now, does he stay in the camper? I'm sure.
He does. That's his plan for this weekend.
Oklahoma City.
Good Galaxy wagon. That's on my bucket list there. I need to have a classic wagon to tote the kiddos around
You don't
in.
have to worry about the paint job on that one.
Yeah, you can just enjoy it. That's the best part. Got to make some noise. Got to make sure people are looking at you, right?
Sure do. Hey, real quick, while the cars are coming through, you have a couple events coming up at the garage and the museum?
Yes, so the big things are, make sure you stop by this weekend. We've got our Fabulous 50s exhibit that'll be in. So that's if you just cannot get enough of the custom cars, but you wish you could see them before they were chopped up.
And it's nice and cool.
Nice and cool. I got air conditioning, 8-tap beer draft system. Take advantage of the Sunflower Summer app if you're a Kansas resident. You can get into our museum for free this weekend if you come and check that out. And then we'll have 50s in until the beginning of September, and then Oddities is coming up. That'll run this fall, and if you've got a weirdo car, something you don't see every day, wondering what in the world it's doing in central Kansas, you'll want to let us know.
Bring it. The Garage. Thank you for sponsoring this event?
This one's got my heart. I daily drive a jail bar Ford just like that one. Can never go wrong with a flathead. Rain, sleet, snow, I pull cars and haul whatever I need to with something like that.
You're too young.
But I'm the only one at the museums that's got patience for something that old.
Okay,
so
and
it's a delightful truck. Challenger squeezed its way in. Looks like Vanishing
now
Point
this
a little
is one
bit.
of the first Challengers that we've seen.
That is a very angry
Look at
V8.
that. I always look at the engine on these.
But then look at that, followed right by a very nice stock Bonneville. Folks are just here to celebrate their babies, and that's what we love. Dual quad Roadrunner. See. Oh, look at that mint green 57
Look at the
Chevrolet.
shine on the beat up.
Yeah. Lovely color on that 57 Chevy. Pretty well left alone.
4-door. Almost everything. It looks like the original. They're from.
Do my eyes deceive me? Is that a right-hand drive Studebaker pickup?
Yeah, it is. He's on the right side.
Makes the deliveries a little bit easier for Stouffer hardware from the looks of it.
That or he was a mailman.
One or the other, yeah.
You know, the old rural mailman.
Oh, there's Paul Cobb with his Oldsmobile
67.
there. 442 even. Very nice. A pair of Ford Galaxies here. Fair lanes. Nice, dependable everyman cars. You love to see it.
They might be the only cars that start someday. You know, if we ever have a type of a electric magnetic event.
Say what you want
the
about
only cars
computers.
that
Can't go wrong with the 289 and points ignition.
Nope.
Right?
little blue coming out of this one.
Good Mustang convertible. Had the pleasure of driving one of those earlier this year,
Judge.
and I got bit by the bug. I know why people love those so much now. Oh my word, Oldsmobile Vista Cruiser coming up. Look at the panoramic windows there.
Was that in the movie Vacation or something like that? Oh, wow.
They had, the family truckster, right?
Yeah, listen to the horn on this bad boy. Rusty nuts.
Not exactly. You had to make sure the radio show heard it.
Oh,
oh, I love the pink on this square body here. Lynn Hoskins. He's out of Nebraska.
Oh,
Good friend of the museum there. You know, I had a 66.
14 County out of Hastings.
Yeah. I had a first gen C series like that in college. Great, great trucks. Ooh, sedan delivery.
Now, see, tomorrow I'll go out to Oakdale Park and I'll look up all the counties from Nebraska so I can look them up and visit with them. That's a neat thing about this event is cars are coming from all over the United States.
I mean, this is a mecca of sorts. I mean, this is the one event that these people wait for. I've talked to folks from California, Arkansas. I mean, they wait for this. You will have people come hell or high water that they will do whatever it takes to get their car here. Some folks will trailer their car and make sure that they've got it here for the weekend, that they can enjoy it. And some folks are very adamant that they do not drive.
This one right here, the yellow. How sweet is that? These are something you don't see very often.
Dodge Dart Swinger. Yeah, there we
look
go.
at that. Looks like he's fixing her up.
Some folks that spend all the money in the engine and stop at the paint or stop before the paint. A pretty angry Nova there from the sounds of it. Followed by a 54 Chevrolet. They had a real unique front end there.
Now here comes the oldie right here.
Oh, what is that? I actually can't quite tell. Looks like a, early 30s, maybe a 29, 30, 31.
The old seat.
The old mother-in-law seat. You stuck him in the back if you didn't want to deal with them.
Salina Speedway.
Ooh, followed by, a Henry J. Very fun.
Now, my grandparents had an old pickup like this, and I pushed in on the clutch one time and went through a part of a barbed wire fence. This is what it brings back memories.
Oh,
These cars are memory makers.
And what's more, it's really great to see these people that they don't shy away from a challenge. They see a car that maybe their parents drove or grandparents drove, Maybe they found it in a hedgerow. I've heard stories of people finding a car that they drag out. They got to cut trees and things to pull them out of the way. But by God, they will do anything to breathe life back into these
I remember
bodies.
sparks were flying, and I pushed in on the clutch, and I was really, really little. Boy, this is a sweet.
I can't even tell. Look at all the.
Chevy.
You may not even be able to see it. All like the brushed steel magic they did on the scallops. That's a lot of attention to detail.
Yeah.
That there, I think that's a 1-ton panel delivery because it's got that longer chassis on it.
Oh, gonna be some partying tonight. You know that?
Oh, indeed. All of these guys, you got folks
There
that they're friends. They've made friends all over the country. They'll make friends this weekend, and all of them are going to meet up at a hotel. If you miss a parade, don't worry too much. I guarantee you'll get stuck in downtown Salina for the rest of the evening. Look at that. Furthermore, choose a direction. Drive, like if you were to drive down 9th Street, choose a hotel, choose a restaurant. You will see a lot of these out there.
Huff Cemetery.
Matter of fact, I might have a heck of a time finding my way home from here. But that'll be okay. I'll probably make a few friends along the way.
Hey, do want to remind you a big thank you to the garage. And I always want to get the Automotive Museum or the Auto Museum because, man, this is quite an event, and they're sponsoring this. And we want to make sure we invite everybody to stop by.
Of course. We are all 7 shades of crazy at the Auto Museum, but be able to find some time to stop and remember what we do it for always makes it worthwhile. Little things like this, it's a pleasure getting to be here on the radio show this evening, getting to talk to people, and through all the sweat, all the running around town for event planning and so on.
Boy, look at the
being
old
able to see all
Derby
this here.
gasoline. You see a lot of those old signs where people try to buy them.
All of that now this is right up my alley. I rebuilt a 63 Volkswagen in college.
Oh, wow.
Oh, he's had all the accessories on that. I dig that. Followed by a very nice, simple 57 Ford. I love the scallops on the front end and right off that. Makes it look like the car's just flying through the air.
Nice and clean.
Mustang Fastback. Ooh, there we go. I don't know if that's a real deal Manx buggy, but
My good buddy Craig Dagan used to have something like that. Got to get him another one.
Yeah.
Oh, for sale.
There you go. There might be more than a few cars for sale. If anyone just has itchy palms, money's burning a hole in your pocket, want to go home with a show car, may want to check out Oakdale this weekend. Couple of Tri-5s, heavily modified 55, followed by a nice little driver, 56 Chevrolet.
You know, that was a family car.
Seems like the family's enjoying it still.
And they still.
Couple of custom hot rods coming through here.
Whoa.
Someone needs to adjust their timing from the sounds of it. Miss me.
Now, this is something you don't see a whole lot is the wagons.
Oh, there you go. Gotta have some love for the long roofs.
Chevy.
Daily drove a Cadillac hearse for a year. Something to be said about them.
Nomad. You don't see these.
There you go. There you are. That's always fun. A lot of people pointing this way. Got a face for radio.
Got the GTO.
'56 Chevrolet, followed by the Tubester. That used to be a '49 Chevrolet pickup. That just came out of the museum a couple days ago, matter of fact.
Oh, really?
Good to see the fix and fuel leak. Oh, this very early Darryl Starbird build. That's probably the third one Darryl ever did. They just got that one running. That's great to see it up and moving under its own power. A lot of history wrapped up in that one. That's a late 50s build by Darryl Starbird. Chop top 44. That's real smooth looking.
Do want to remind everybody now, tomorrow at Oakdale Park, that's where all these cars will be. Yeah. And if you'd like to go out and visit with the owners and get closer to the vehicles and, you know, find people from different parts of the country. So, and then they have a drags. You know.
The drags take place. I don't know off the top of my head what time, but make your way over to Markley Park. That's the one time a year that drag racing is sanctioned and really fun to watch.
And you're going to see a lot of these cars out dragging.
Yeah. You'll see people that take it very seriously, and then you will see like a Crosley, you know, what looks like a little washing machine trying to make it down the strip. Right, Rod? Looks like he threw his door open for some more air conditioning. I don't blame him on this weekend. Very hot weekend here in Salina. Who's Studebaker? You don't see those very often. I know who's driving that. Lawrence Scanlon. Followed by a Riviera, 64 Riviera. Nice, 41 Chevrolet Rat Rod. Something to be said about that. Get to have fun driving the car. Don't have to worry about the paint. An international pickup. They're very cramped cabs. I got a buddy of mine with a Kustom 47 International. I'll stick to my Ford. I got more leg room in that one.
Now this you'll see at the drag strip. You've got roll bars in the back.
Yeah.
Tomorrow night out at Markley you'll see these. That's why you need to come out and just watch a drags. They'll go on for 3-4 hours.
Oh yeah. Oh, now that's after my heart. Pontiac combination car. Got all the windows. They would service hearses and ambulances. So depending on how the trip went, you know.
Yeah, a combination car.
Oh, Pontiac Le Mans. Ooh.
And see, this is what's neat. A lot of them just bring out the old beat-up, rusted cars, and they sound good.
Yeah.
Work on the engines.
They're not here for treasure or accolade. They're just here to have a good time. That's what we're about here. It's Randy Gantvort in, a 58 Ford F100, if I recall. He's got a welder under the hood of that one. Good friend of ours
Look
at
at
the
the
museum.
grandkids.
They're having a good
They're
time.
going to have memories forever. Speaking of grandkids, I want to say hello to Jaredy, Emerson, Elodie. I want to say hello to Theron and to Maylin and also Cohen and to Minden. Granddaughters and grandkids watching on salinapost.com.
There you go. I think my wife, Destiny Miller-Wells, is out there. Hope my voice isn't too grating. Love you very much, honey.
You're doing a good job. You might replace me in the morning show here. Oh, look at this one.
Museum keeps me plenty busy. There's Tom Scanlon. Pan delivery, big old cheese block moving down the road. I think that actually was a cheese delivery truck. That's why I say
at
that.
one time? Okay. Yeah, again, there's history to some of these vehicles.
Now, this is fun. This guy, he took 2 jail bar Ford cabs and combined them into one for a very rare one-of-one crew cab jail bar. That's something else.
Here's your 58 Chevy 4-door.
Was it 60? I think that's a 64 maybe. He's got lace work on the roof. That is very nice to see.
You're right.
Yeah, it's real tough to keep track of some of these. There's enough 58 this, 60 something that. I mean, 2,000 cars descending on Salina over the course of a 4-day weekend. You may forget where you are for a second. Start looking for Woolworths or something like that pretty soon. Yeah, real nice mild. I think this gentleman here is a local. That's an Oldsmobile. I like the little kick of the fins. They were starting to play with fins as far back as 53.
K-State Wildcat on the side of that one.
A big fan of purple. Another heavily modified Buick. That looks like is that a Pro Charger on there?
I don't know, but
The
that's
drag
got a lot of
slicks say
soup
it
in
all.
it. And that's probably going to be out there again at the drags tomorrow,
Oh, yeah.
late afternoon, early evening.
Like another fiberglass dune buggy. When I was in college, I had a Volkswagen chassis, no body on it. Called it the Devil's Cookie Sheet.
Oh,
50
really?
horsepower. I was
Look at
restoring a
this one.
Beetle.
Man,
I was trying to go out of my way to break the car to see if I needed to fix anything. That's a real well cut up shoebox. Not a whole lot left of that one. That's like a 3/4 build.
Yeah, here comes your SS.
Nice
Beautiful.
resto mod there.
Them old Camaros.
Followed by, very
Farm truck.
clean farmer special.
Clean.
Love to see it.
It's original hubcaps. That's the original hubcaps.
Those dog dishes, you love to see them.
Hey, do want to remind you, this video streaming of the parade is brought to you by the Garage, the museum, the Auto Museum here in Salina. Make sure, if you ever get a chance, stop in, because you get to see a lot of different vehicles.
Yes, we've got all 50s cars in the North Wing. We've got a few customs that decided to stay inside over the weekend in the South Wing. All kinds of hands-on interactives to mess with, so stuff for the kids, people that love cars, people who have been dragged there against their will. We'll be open 10 to 5, Friday through Sunday, so make a point, come see us, get out of the heat, come have some air conditioning.
What's that address?
134 South 4th Street.
Really, it's
Get in
just
where
to
you
the
fit
east
in.
of what's going on here, a block or two.
A few Volkswagens right after my own
look
heart.
at that. Wow.
These are from Reanimated Customs, a shop on North 9th Street. Oh, look at the little street rail here. That was my cookie sheet. That's what I drove when I was in high school, something like that.
Oh, look on the front. My God.
Well, that's one way to find some more seating. Squareback. That's a cute little family car.
Oh, this is what I want right here.
Oh, VW Thing. Looks like a 73 there.
I'd have to.
Followed by there's your dead sled. That's a 63 or 4 Cadillac from the looks of it.
Man.
Stay tuned.
Oh.
Chevrolet pickup followed by Ford F100, followed by another.
You know, when we say 2,000 cars and vehicles and hot rods in Salina, Kansas,
You
we're
almost
not too
can't
far
fathom
off.
it. I mean, you almost can't fathom how many cars that is. I mean, you're talking driving down the street, and I mean, you're used to dealing with minivans. You got a car that's what, 3 inches off the ground. That one just came out of the museum this morning. I mean, this is what it is. I mean, sure, we've got a 40,000 square foot full of cars in the museum, and we've got maybe 50.
Yeah.
So you can imagine 2,000 cars over the course of 4 days.
And you can go out to Oakdale Park and you can spend some time with the drivers and the owners, and you get to look where they're from.
If there's one thing, these folks love to yap. They love to talk about their cars, their connections to them, the reason why they chose this vehicle specifically to modify. Every car behind it has a story, whether it is, 6-figure, 7-figure, roadster show quality, or if it's just something that they dragged out of the hedgerow and got running that afternoon.
That, or this was my granddad's vehicle, and mom and dad, ran around the country in it. Every vehicle has some story behind it. Why do I like
love
these
the
old
orange
station
on that
wagons?
one. Nice quality C-Series. That's always a real popular build to go after.
Look at the smile. Look, you notice the smile on the drivers' faces? They're having an unbelievable fun time. Oh, we got a drone above us.
Oh yeah, someone's getting a good view. There we
Yeah.
go. Oh look, that's a garage employee there. That's Aiden right there. Aiden Brockway and his Chevrolet Corvair. Hey Aiden. He's been daily driving that thing for over a year now. He loves that Corvair.
Is that a babe magnet?
What's that?
What, is that car a babe magnet?
I think him alone is he does all right.
Huh.
I once called him. I had to leave a voicemail. His voicemail was just him doing a guitar solo.
Oh, wow. Look at him. Look at this.
What is that? I actually can't tell what that is off the top of my head. I missed the front end of it.
Now, here, it's been a while since we've seen that's a 55 Chevy,
Yeah.
right? Or 56.
That's Dale Cash in a really well done Mercury bathtub. That one's been really well chopped up. He's a good type driver. That he's out of Enterprise,
Did you
Kansas.
see the side air conditioners? The crank where the window
windows.
The vent windows. That was the air conditioning back in my day.
245 air conditioning, 2 windows down, 45 miles an hour.
Yep. Oh, now, folks, it's going to take a little bit of time, but the American flag is coming through. This is what this is all about, the patriotism, the love of our country.
Yeah.
My gosh.
It's just celebration of all that is to be American. It's just build a car, hang out with your friends, have a sense of pride in everything that you do. Even had to get the car dolly out, make sure it's supported. Good deal.
This is one of the Corvettes that we haven't seen, the old Stingray.
Yeah, that's a 69. That was actually in our Corvette exhibit last year.
Oh, okay. Boy, again, a lot of these cars at the garage museum, you
Look
get
at
to
that
see
Buick.
a lot.
I'm looking at these cars that have been here before, maybe some cars that I wish would come talk to us. And that's the thing, if you're ever interested in having a car on display, it's always worth reaching out to us. We do 4-month terms on our North Wing, and then for our Custom with a K stuff, 6-month terms, maybe leave it for the whole year, drop your car for lead sled, pick it up for the next lead sled. Even if you don't think that your car is museum worthy, if it's got a great story.
Well, look at this.
See, there you go.
That might have a story.
Yeah, there's a
that
story,
people wanna come
quality
and see it.
workmanship. Maybe it's something that you don't see every day. That's the sort of stuff that we highlight. Like, check this out. This is a real neat T-bucket. Got a front end off a 15 Model T. He's running tandem axles.
Say it with flowers.
Quite the delivery vehicle there. Love suicide doors on cars. Makes it real fun to get in and out of them. That looks like it used to be a shoebox. Had a front end swap off of one car. Hood's been cut open. That might have been a hardtop car at one point. You're looking by at the doors there. The Hard Way is the nickname on that one. followed by a
there's that.
very nice 57 Thunderbird from the
Now,
looks
was
of
that
it.
like it was in the American Graffiti?
That would be one and the same,
Yeah.
Continental kit and all.
That looks like that's right out of Arkansas.
Gotta
There
have
should
our
be some
bicycles.
moonshine, yeah. Oh, here comes some more.
Got a buddy of mine that collects these out of Kansas City, and quite an extensive collection here. Your Schwinn's and
Look at that.
Huffies and Monarchs.
Hey, any upcoming events at the garage that you'd like to tell people about?
The big thing is just come check out our exhibits.
Yeah,
It 50s will be on display for another month. That leaves in September. Then we've got our oddity show, and that'll be anything strange, bizarre.
And do want to remind everyone, now this video might be showing 2 or 3 years from now.
Yes.
So whatever time period that you see this parade, the bottom line is make sure that you do stop by the garage and
if you're
it's
seeing
gonna
this
be
in
changing.
if you've seen this in the future, we've probably changed 10 times over. Always have something going on. We've got Christmas parties. We've got the big lead sled show. We've hosted company retreats, and we've even had a wedding at the garage. Someone got married at the garage last year.
Well, what I like also is you can buy beer by the ounce.
Yes, we've got an 8-tap draft system. We go half price 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursdays. We have all kinds of hands-on interactives. If you ever want to learn how to paint and weld, want to try your hand at a racing simulator. I mean, again, if you're a car person or you got to drag the kiddos there against their will, rest assured you will find something to do.
Well, and if you live in Salina and you have guests coming and you're always trying to figure out what to do, the garage, the Rolling Hills Refuge, I mean, there's just so many neat things to do in this town when you do come. And
we offer annual memberships, so I always tell people, you see yourself coming to the museum at least 2 or 3 times a year. If you're a first-time member, you'll get T-shirts. We offer memberships that allow guest passes. It's really a no-brainer, folks. With how often we change out, it is definitely not money going to a bad place. Plus, it supports our mission. We do car seat checks. We actually operate a driving school for first-time drivers.
Explain car seat checks.
Yes, so for you first-time parents or grandparents, you just want to make sure your stuff is still okay. If you want to do car seat checks at the museum, you can't quite get a hold of Kansas Highway Patrol or what have you, we do check those at the museum, making sure that the whole family stays safe. So we're kind of a cultural hub. We're not just a building with dusty old cars in there. We try to make it a place for everyone to come hang out, relive the past, and drive the future.
It looks like this is the end of the parade.
Yeah, looks like we've hit that end point, so...
Mr. Miller, thank you.
Of course, thank you for having me.
Now, I'm amazed at the knowledge that you have of these vehicles. Of course, you live it, you breathe it. And the garage, again, a big thank you to the folks over there for making this streaming possible. You know, a lot of the drivers that come from all over the United States, their families could be in California and see this, as well as the folks around the area.
Yes, sir, folks, so this was the tipping point, that this was finally the thing to convince you that you need to come here. I mean, you just got a sample of what's here at the Lead Sled Show this weekend in this parade. So there is hundreds more cars, probably even 1,000 more that you did not get to see this evening on this live stream.
Have a great evening, everyone.
Kansas kids and their parents can visit the Garage Automotive Museum for free this summer. Simply download the free Sunflower Summer app. The Garage offers over 40,000 square feet of entertainment, fun activities for the entire family, and air conditioning. We have Legos, Hot Wheels, a Pinewood Derby track, Mario Kart, a welding simulator, a driving simulator, and more. Our current exhibit is called Fabulous 50s, sponsored by Next Tech. We are open Thursday through Sunday in downtown Salina. Come and see us for free at the Garage.